In our final talk, Dr. Ken Barron will share the 3 C's for moving through adversity as he recalls navigating his own choppy seas during September 11th, 2001.
Where were you on 9/11? Have you heard this question before? I have many times. It's a powerful question, eliciting strong memories and emotions about exact locations, times of day, and those you were with. When asked where I was on 9/11, I tell folks to prepare for an unconventional story. A story I'm about to share with you, yet today I will tell it with some lessons learned. I hope you can use when you face adversity, as I did with 736 people in a rather unique setting over 21 years ago. I was in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on 9/11, several days out from Vancouver, Canada, and several days away from Kobe, Japan. I was sailing aboard the SS Universe Explorer, a former cruise ship converted into a floating university complete with classrooms, library, dining halls, and even a student union. We were bound for 10 international ports, taking hundreds of college students, faculty, and staff on an academic voyage around the world. I was assistant dean and a tactical member of a 5-person management team trained by the University of Pittsburgh and the Institute for Shipboard Education. And while we had trained for crises, what we were facing was truly unprecedented. So let me offer a bit more context, as many of the lessons learned are directly tied to the events of that day and the following weeks. And these lessons learned still have relevance today as they can be applied to your work and your personal life when adversity strikes. It should be noted that it was actually September 12th when we discovered what had happened the day before. I was up early to meet with Captain Ryan, as I did every day, to discuss semester at sea business on the captain's bridge at 7 a.m. sharp. It was foggy that morning, and rough seas were rolling in, and I was disoriented because we were turning our clocks back by an hour each night in order to arrive in Kobe on correct Japanese time. And as I climbed the circular staircase to the bridge, the radio room operator handed me a fax with the CNN logo, detailing what had happened to the World Trade Center, Pentagon, and plane crash in Pennsylvania. At first, I thought it was a sick joke, handing the fax back to the radio operator in disgust. Then I felt the big hand of Captain Ryan slapping down on my shoulder, telling me, "Get up here now. We have some big decisions to make, and a long day ahead." And then everything became very, very real. So you may be wondering what happened next. Was there widespread panic? Was a mass exodus planned for everyone to fly home from Japan? Was the ship going to turn around and head back to the United States? Well, I'm happy to share with you that none of those things happened. And here's why. And as I give you the why, I'll offer some crisis management insights derived from the National Center for Disaster Preparedness. Insights, I believe, that not only salvaged our program, but enabled it to thrive in ways we could have never imagined, even becoming, perhaps, one of the most dynamic semester at sea programs in its 60-year history. First, we connected. We connected with everyone aboard immediately. We canceled classes and held mandatory in-person information sessions, and simulcast those information sessions throughout the entire ship on every speaker and every video monitor. If you were on the ship, you got our message. Next, we followed up with more listening and processing meetings that day, that evening, and every day leading up to our arrival in Kobe. These connecting meetings helped everyone aboard gather facts, learn about future travel plans, and begin to reimagine how our voyage could continue safely and with purpose. Also on the connecting front, we organized the first ever semester at sea internet service for students, faculty, and staff with New York and Mid-Atlantic families. Thankfully, no one's family was impacted directly by the events of 9/11. This boosted morale and gave everyone aboard a much-needed sense of relief. Our ongoing efforts to connect and keep connecting with empathy had the power to change minds, calm nerves, and replace fear with hope. Next, we collaborated extensively. especially with our faculty and their families. This was critically important because the ultimate buy-in from faculty on the reinvention of our voyage with new countries and new curricula was essential for us to press forward. This faculty collaboration led to the development of a new vision for our voyage, without which we would have lost the entire faith and goodwill of the shipboard community. And doesn't this remind you of how we embraced similar notions here at UMBC during COVID, where high levels of collaboration and campus buy-in empowered all of us to press forward despite a worldwide pandemic? And doesn't this focus on connection, collaboration, and caring run parallel with some of our most deeply held values here at UMBC? Inviting collaboration with all stakeholders fosters a healthy forum for considering unique and divergent perspectives, especially in the face of diversity. And as our new president, Dr. Shears Ashby, reminds us, diversity equals excellence. And finally, there was the importance of coordination, and on a massive scale. Looking back, our management team was constantly integrating and coordinating solutions from September 11th all the way through to our last port in Havana, Cuba. After 9/11, we began piecing our voyage together, port by port, coordinating logistical challenges along the way, which now included new inoculations and visas for all the new countries we would be visiting. Remember, we started with this itinerary. After 9/11, we added 5 new countries which carried new challenges and concerns, especially around legal passage and safety. Fortunately, Semester at Sea's extensive travel history secured worldwide partners we could turn to for help. The State Department, Semester at Sea headquarters, maritime security agencies, medical suppliers, and visa agents were all vital players within a coordination quilt woven together along the way of our entirely reinvented journey. And what a journey it was. When we finally arrived home at the Miami docks, we realized just how much our country had changed while we were away. Army tanks and machine gun carrying guardsmen greeted us, intermixed with people waving American flags and welcome home banners. Our homecoming was overwhelming and emotional, an incredible mix of gratitude, a sense of accomplishment, and the realization that we had come through an experience incredibly special and unique washed over all of us, an experience for many that took years to process and understand completely. On the personal front, I walked off the ship 30 pounds lighter, yet with a heavy heart, full of gratitude for what I had learned and gained through our voyage of adversity. And my love for study abroad as the greatest change agent within higher education only deepened as I witnessed hundreds of diverse students from colleges across the country transform into globally aware young citizens right before my eyes. Looking back, it was the 3 C's, connection, collaboration, and coordination, that allowed us to navigate and conquer our seas of adversity in 2001. And these same 3 elements are with us here at UMBC today. They're firmly grounded in our core values, and they're ours for us to use now and in the future when adversity rocks our boats. We just have to remember to lean into the storm together and use them. Thank you.